Krisis by Elizabeth Eybers. So, Krisis, it portrays the battle between the heart and the brain. The heart, it represents human emotion, and the brain would represent logic and reason. And the poem, simply put, is an extended metaphor. The heart is compared to emotions, and the brain is compared to logic and reason. This poem, simply put, it portrays the inner conflict, or in Afrikaans, die innerlike krisis van die spreker. So, the inner conflict of the speaker. So, we've got 14 lines. It's going to be a sonnet, English or Italian. It's an Italian sonnet, and here's why. We've got our first 8 lines. Ons noem dit 'n octaaf, an octave. Octaaf, sound very Afrikaans. Octaaf. And a sestet. Now I sound more English. And in the octave here, the reasons for their separation are expressed. So we've got reasons for their separation. They got divorced? Question mark? No, I'm joking. And the emotions of the heart are discussed. And in our sestet, we've made a decision to separate the two. Because if we separate the two, we're able to see things a bit more objectively, and make better decisions for our lives. And in die laaste 2 reels, ons het 'n minder couplet. We have a rhyming couplet at the end. And it also links the first 2 lines where it becomes clear that the heart and the brain are separating. Some people don't have a heart or a brain, to be honest. Okay, and ons rymskema, our rhyme scheme here, ons het armde rym. So, ek en strek, moeras en las, fees en wees. So that's our long outstretching arm that we have. So it's our outside rhyme. It's our outside rhyme, and well, this would be the inside rhyme, but look, we don't call it binne rhyme. Binne rhyme is when in the same line, like in line 1, if we have 2 things that rhyme, that's binne rhyme. It's like an inside rhyme between 2 words. This is omarmde rhyme, and I'm just describing the greens like that. You know what I'm saying? So omarmde, and we can call it pa rhyme. So bereid, geleid, altyd, besluit, naar en verwaar. Okay, the type of poem that we're dealing with here is an allegory. It's a very abstract poem. Things aren't particularly clear, and it's physically impossible for the brain and heart to live separately. Our themes, we have the inner conflict that our speaker experiences between emotion, logic, and reason, and this universal, universal truth, waarheid, that people make decisions with their brain or with their heart. So we have a universal truth. Okay, and our tone is quite melancholic. It's sad, hartseer. Okay, if we get into our analysis, in the first line, we have our speaker here being the brain. And the brain is basically trying to make a decision that they are separating. Ske. And we have an aandagstreep over here. We have and the function is to give a bit more information, or it explains something further. It explains to us who ons twee is. And we have personification here as the H in heart is capitalized, and it indicates that it is a proper noun. The heart is being personified. Vermenslik. The commas, whenever we have 2 commas like this, we call them parentheses. In Afrikaans, ons noem dit parenthese. It forces us, the reader, to read at a slower pace, to emphasize who the speaker is talking about. And ek would refer to the brain. In line 2, the use of albei and onvoorbereid, it shows that both of them are not prepared for the separation. Both of them don't entirely feel that the separation is necessary. The A and A, it's a repetition of a sound, so we have assonance there, assonantie. How should I abbreviate assonantie so we have more space? I can't leave it like that, so let's keep it like that. Keep it a bit more halal. What do you guys think? And it emphasizes the unpreparedness of their separation. That's what the assonance does. Afskate and onvoorbereid, that is also binne rym. So it's assonance, but it also doubles as binne rym. Line 3, the was, it indicates past tense. It was a lovely road that the heart led, but now it's not. Geleid, this is a contraction, because we've utilized this apostrophe. It's merely for rhyming purposes. Om aan te sluit by die rymskema. So it fits in well with our rhyme scheme. And now onvoorbereid and gereid, it rhymes. as discussed there with our little poem. So if you were an alliteration, what kind of alliteration would you be? You'd be a W alliteration because you're always winning out here, my friend. And it emphasizes was, emphasizing that it is in past tense, and it's also contributing to our rhyme scheme. 4 is very important. We have a major change. And a change in Afrikaans, ons noem dit 'n wending. The maar indicates this change. This is a conjunction. It's a voegwoord. It's in groep 1 van jou voegwoorde. And it indicates the change in the poem, and it was lovely when the heart was in charge of the decision. But now that it's over, this becomes a rhyme. Al staar jy terug, the heart is not ready for this decision, but the brain is. Dis verby further emphasizes the decision. And we've also got quite a bit of enjambment here, enjambment, run-on lines. Okay, enjambment. It's a very silly word to say. Like, you can't be serious when someone is saying the word enjambment. It sounds like a bit of a jaw is happening. Like, doof, 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 enjambment, doof, 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 doof. Okay, let's continue. Stop getting sidetracked here, okay? Focus. And our enjambment, it fastens the tempo. And it shows the urgency of separation here. Just like how your parents split up because of you. No, I'm joking. They didn't split up because of you. And possibly how difficult it is for them to separate. So link line 4 and 5 together to make this thought a unit. So we've got a bit of a linkage here. Afgrond, moeras. It indicates that we've got a rough terrain here. Things are very dangerous, and the relationship is being compared to this road. And it was lovely, but now that road is becoming a bit too dangerous and unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen now that the brain is going to make the decisions. Line 6. Voortvarend. It means that you do something very hastily without giving it a thought. You know, when it's like super late at night and you want to like munch, I don't know, like some knickknacks or a chomp. I don't know if people still eat knickknacks and chomps, but yeah, you just make this very impulsive decision because you're a little bit hungry. You're looking for a quick snacky and you just, yes, voortvarend. Very impulsive. Levaart, this is a clown, like you. I'm joking. Okay, I'll stop with the jokes now. So a levaart is a clown, it's a joke. And this is how the brain sees the heart. Because the brain is very stoic. Very stoic. Learn that word. #Marcus Aurelius. #stoicism. Is very in control of its emotions and logic. Soos altyd. As always, we've got a vergelijking daar. Line 7. The heart is indecisive. And simply put, cannot make decisions in line 7. In line 8, the word sick, it refers to being love sick or heat sick. And in line 8, we simply cannot regulate our emotions at all. Jy las. So jy, dit maak die gedig 'n bietjie persoonlik, so it makes things a bit more personal. The word las here, please don't use that slang word like, hey, Oaks, I'm gonna las this thing. No, like we're not leaving anything here. Las in this context, it means burden. And the brain starts seeing the heart as this burden because the heart is always emotional. And this is dangerous. Therefore, the brain has to lead now. In line 9, gas hier. This is the guest and the host. So this is the guest. This is the host. We have a contrast here. We have a juxtaposition where we compare and contrast two things. And this shows the contradicting nature of the heart. Fierce. This is indicative of how high on emotion the heart is. It's like a party now. We're out here jolling like it's kiddies. Line 10. Ceremony meester. The way I had to practice that word before I started recording this video. Ceremony meester. Hoeveel lettergrepe is daar? Don't worry, paper 1 is over for the most part. Indienaar. So this is the master of ceremonies and the clown. The clown is the entertainer. So the master of ceremonies has to be pretty pin straight, following an order, a time order, who's coming up when. It's the MC, adding structure to the event. But then the clown is there for the jewels, for the vibes, for the emotions. It's like a left brain versus right brain kind of situation. We have a double punt, which indicates that there's going to be an explanation that follows. Line 11, dwaase raad, hoof verwaar. We have foolish advice here, which represents the emotions. And this is the advice that the heart gives that the mind is now confused with. And we have this idea of depression, these depressing and mixed feelings from the heart that can cause so much confusion. and can be very dangerous, which affects our brain. And this might lead to the mind think that there's no way out. So the mind begins to think now that there's no way out of the situation. And then, as a result of these feelings and these thoughts, the mind then makes bad decisions. And we've got a run-on line here to represent, well, the pace that I am speaking at right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking like I'm a clown, just to get the point across. We have enjambment here. And this binds the idea that the emotions are extremely confusing. In the whole of line 12, the mind is afraid that the heart will bring them to an end with these confusing emotions. And we have a tone here that's introduced that I saw in one of the summaries that I really wanted to introduce into this video for YouTube, on the tube. It's doomed. And in Afrikaans, ons noem dit verdoemend. Verdoemend, soos jou Afrikaans punte. Hey, if you understood that dis, you a real one. I'm joking. Your Afrikaans marks aren't doomed. You'll be fine. Just breathe, my friend. And the mind is almost convincing himself in line 11 to 12 here that he's making the correct decision. Have we just assumed the mind's gender in 2024? How dare we? And these are his reasons. In line 13, we have kyk. This is a verb. It's a werkwoord. It's very attention-grabbing. And this is the mind grabbing the attention of the heart. We've also utilized 2 commas here. Parenthese, again, just like we had in line 1. And this slows down the entire tempo if the versreel is emphasizing that the brain is now the certain of his decision. And he speaks in this way so that the heart can understand this decision. Line 14, a question that needs no answer. Retorische vraag, a rhetorical question. And this emphasizes the mind's final decision. The brain is now fed up with this debate on whether he's making the correct decision, and he's come to his final decision, thus not needing a response from the heart. Hier ons skei. This is a very short sentence. Now we split up, it's a short sentence, and it shows finality.